stands is huddled around.
Derp, you don't have to apologize, bro. As long as you're trying your best, I don't mind.
Play this Mog at a high level. It'll actually be Nightmare running the Genji instead of the Echo. So one of the things we saw in our last series for the Echo winning out, we'll see if Knife can step up for TL.
What's up, Buford?
Buford Willington donated $5. I am here for the match.
Let's get it going. Hopefully we got a good match. If it's 3-0 Overwatch, I'll actually be so disappointed.
Between our teams in the last game, and it really hurt Timeless. They got off to a slower start, but this is a Nightmare squad that last time handed the fattest of L's over to Team Liquid.
It looks like NA is just Maga build.
Team Liquid though are coach maxing. Excuse me. They are so staff pilled, it's not even funny. After a loss like they're suffering against Nightmare, you have to imagine.
Bro, I swear a tree be moving at 2x speed. I'm not the only one who be thinking this, right? I swear he be moving at 2x speed. Look at this, man.
Of course, everybody has orbited back to these Malga setups and expect Team Liquid to have some stuff in store.
The staff don't play though, right?
We know he got the wounding. Dead ass, bro. We see it. We see the wounding.
So the Genji ends up falling first. I was gonna say I liked how Nightmare was kind of like posturing there, right? UV was able to actually get a sizable lead in terms of orbital ray charge at the start, but then Team Liquid, they just kind of come on back. They just batter on through, and they end up taking the point.
I could open it again. Look, it's such a war of attrition with these comps. It's really about what kind of healing pressure you can put down. And if you can catch Malga in an inopportune window when there's no cardiac overdrive available.
Wait.
Knife has the burst to be a big game changer here. And what do we like? Dupe a Malga and try and
is it LeBron James?
In the high ground. I'm not sure what the plan was there for Knife, but that's a very quick build. I just want to point that out. And it is a Malga, and it is going to be a stomp. Looking for the brig, apparently the orbital ray is going to come down from both sides. Makes it a little bit tricky, but Admiral still falls.
Wait, Team Liquid are looking like a different team right now.
And Admiral gets plucked from the
LeBron James not being able to find that much value on Genji right now.
Benefit of having both Magas there, right? Knife gets the dupe, comes down from that high ground. You can kind of cycle through those cardiac overdrives, and regardless of what you got going on, right, it's going to be impossible. Orbital rays rolling as well from both sides. Impossible to do anything there if your Nightmare is see them work their way to the point. Not even at a blade yet, and the blade you're gonna have to use blade and cage fight together. This will be overclock here from Tree, seeing if he can find anything. It'll actually be Admiral using the rally here.
Okay. Both cages come out. Lethal's playing on the outside. Zebron?
Stuck on the outside looking in. Doesn't want to commit to it. It's a bit dangerous for them. Eventually, he just uses the railgun damage to break it. It works out because he has some left over at the end of it.
I'd say just better ults from Nightmare. Nightmare just had better ults.
Nightmare win a very important fight to keep this round afloat.
Must-win scenario there for Nightmare. They end up using the blade right when the cage.
Team Liquid looking real solid. Oh, not died!
For a very long time. That's actually
whoa!
You're gonna get knifed as they're gonna play quite aggressive. So Nightmare.
I might swerve in that corner. My bad.
I like that a lot. I think really trying to push forward is
dude. That song's actually stuck in my head.
This echo look. You know, turn that into a pick even more.
They have zero response for this Genji. Y'all need to stop, man.
You don't have any big ultimates outside of the orbital race, so you'd love to buy a bit of time and allow a neutral fight to drag out in order to set up your Juno, and that's very likely going to happen. It's just hard to push over this composition quickly, even with all the burst damage available to an Echo and a Sojourn composition. Trying to isolate those individuals and knock them out is tough. Here's a charge, comes in from Cuffer though, and straight off the point they come with an orbital raid. And it's a kite away for Liquid. Infected holds onto the charge and uses it to get away from that Juno wall.
They bait it out. That's actually really good there for Team Liquid. They push on up. They end up getting that orbital raid, and then it just kind of tails it. Now RuPaul and Co will be able to push in behind his orbital raid. So Lethal getting extremely low.
Nightmare's kind of really split though.
From Nightmare, but not enough to keep him alive through the stomp.
And so much of this came down to the big disengage away from the orbital raid. Liquid come back in a fight. They make use of theirs at a time when Nightmare can't afford
round over.
Round up because it's 99 to 50 odd. So they flip the point back. Now we're in overtime. It's
round over
here on the point. Knife knows a duplicate of the Malga here just will allow for a lot more damage to be thrown up at point blank range. And this will be Team Liquid taking away Shrine.
And for me, Mitch, it feels like you just get much more consistent value out of the Echo as opposed to the Genji, right? The Genji, you're trying to like play with the blade inside of the cage fight and different things like that.
Team Liquid is looking really good on this Maga comp right now.
A little bit better, right? When you're kind of playing for Nightmare around like
Knife looking real sharp.
It just seems like maybe, you know, that's an extremely powerful combo, right? That's a combo we actually saw last year, right? to be used pretty effectively. But it seems like at least here early on today, teams getting much more use out of the Echo.
At least in the neutral. I think it's like hard to see the Genji doing a lot when we're like poking at medium range and we're like trading damage.
No suit in time for playoffs. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, if you can get the blade with the cage fight, I mean that is such a devastating combo.
Lethal already killing RuPaul. What just happened? How are Nightmare out so much faster? What?
Combination setup. That's where we see like Echo with the focusing beam and different things just come alive and really shine.
Wait, why did Zera equip the Who Are You skin? Why did Zera equip the Who Are You skin?
Just, kill a Juno or kill an Echo, for example. Zera's not really relied on to do much of that killing. In fact, only if there's, I think, an opportunity to fully commit after you get a numbers advantage in the neutral, you go for it. Here, it's a bit awkward. Zera has gotten into the backline. RuPaul has studiously tried to ignore the Genji. Unfortunately, before Zera can actually do anything, the front line of Nightmare just implodes, just collapses entirely.
I feel like Zera's gonna really struggle to find value on the Genji compared to the knife on the Echo.
The point to taking that first fight where Lethal actually gets that first pick off, and they just get ran through. Man,
the meta might have taken a turn for the worse for Zera.
For Nightmares, you're playing around obviously that huge combination. If you can just survive through the neutral game, right? Let the Genji poke, let the Genji kind of work up towards his ultimate, survive through some of the Echo.
Just repeating what Uber said at this point. My bad, bro.
These ultimate heavy fights, those are the ones that you come out on the winning end of.
Ultraviolet here specking into mini blaster headshots. I respect it. Team Liquid though now have to try and fight for the point. It's the DPS of Zera who tries to step onto the point and contest it. Admiral was there as well.
Oh my!
So they're able to get away and then baited Liquid into an engagement that exposes Tree to multiple angles. Lethal's able to win out with the rail guns, but here comes an orbital right now. From
ult after ult after ult.
A blade for Zera. No cage to combo with, but it wasn't even needed. In rally, Vega still falls. Knife though is able to blow Lethal up. A cage fight gives Liquid a lot of room to breathe with two Maugas on the field. That's two stomps, and Kaffa's constantly picking himself back up off the ground. Knife finds yet another one, and it's Ultraviolet going down, and Zera
wait.
Get RuPaul in time. There was a flip though. Knife being the only player that
wait, Knife is dead.
I think they've realized
no.
They need to work with Tree on
wait, Tree?
And they're going for it. Railgun going to be popped by Tree. The stun doesn't quite connect there as Tree's able to kite away from but it's not enough help.
This is such a dogfight.
Not enough to hit the Sojourn standing. And so Nightmare are able to get a bunch of free percentage.
That got super dicey there for a second. Tree pops that overclock. Feels like, I guess, players coming off of spawn potentially are able to do that. He's also got that extra charge on the overclock, right? So can kind of pass that 100 threshold and go to 150. So thinks maybe you can burn down that Mauga, because the Mauga is quite low, and you actually hold on to this cage.
Oh, I feel like this cage might be a little ass from infected.
Yeah, and Lethal just trying to break it open.
Yeah.
This railgun damage and trying to remove the cage fight from the game. Vega gets picked up again. Zera's doing a really good job at finding these kills outside of blade cage scenarios. That's been so important.
Wait, they're staggering infected. They're staggering infected.
And it's paid dividends for Nightmare. Winning a crucial fight where infected tries to steal the Mauga kill away with a cage fight early.
A lot like how Farah kind of struggles on this map, when the fights kind of are definitely more towards the point, right? Like if you're not fighting for high ground, if you're just kind of constantly...
It's a nightmare for a Liquid, no longer looking solid. Admiral.
Than the Echo, right? A lot like how Farah doesn't want to fight close to the ground on the point here. Same with Echo, a little bit of a easier floater target.
Wait, Knife?
Blade for Zera though in this fight, that's massive. Oh,
wait, you know what else is massive?
It's nuked as well. Where are the supports? Zera now has to go through with the blade. Knows he's not going to get any healing, and it doesn't seem to bother him. RuPaul is able to play around that health pack a little bit and maybe get off this line. It is
wait, Lethal fell off the map.
Nightmare though still going to be good. But that blade.
Nah, I think he was resetting.
Doesn't allow Nightmare to win the game. It's going to be cage fight rally for Nightmare to lean on.
Oh, so when he does it to reset, he's resetting. But when I do it, I fell off the map. No, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
On the other side, you could actually got them to use one of those.
Yep.
Like you trade Blade for maybe it would have been like Rally or Orbital Ray, but at that time Team Liquid doesn't have either, right? So you're gonna have both of these for a potential final fight of the map. As you see, both teams here trying to vie for some high ground control. Both teams working around support ultimates and cage fight.
Hold on to your hats. This one is going to be intense. There's an instant cage fight thrown down by Kuffer. Going to be rallies from both teams. An orbital rate thrown in. Kuffer's low. He's down.
Oh.
Support ult from Nightmare, and they couldn't keep the Mauga standing. Tree now is able to rain it down with the railgun, and Zero couldn't get out of the cage fight. Was hoping to try and challenge the Sojourn up close, and Nightmare had an opportunity, a distinct window to try and take the game over. Now that seems to have been shut in their face. Lethal couldn't do too much with the bulk of Infected.
That's actually really close. I'm not gonna lie, Infected is building cage so fucking fast.
A rare occurrence for Nightmare, and unfortunately, it's only for stall and nothing more. Yeah, there'll be touches for sure, but not enough numbers here for Nightmare to actually get themselves back into the round, and so the map goes to Liquid.
I told y'all that honey pack don't play.
Change of pace in this series. In the last time we saw last week, Nightmares able
Tell me how Blizzard banned me on Overwatch for a month for saying you suck. What happened to the game I love? You gotta take that up with Derpy, bro. Y'all facing the same issues.
And Mitch, one thing in our last series with these two teams, we really didn't see a ton of Malga play. Like they were playing a like Sigma or Risa or Matra, different tanks along those lines. Malga now seems to be the dominant choice amongst both regions here, EMEA and NA. So now that we see Malga kind of big heavy back in the mix,
Shouldn't clear play if they're playing Malga?
It's important to point out that Liquid
Coming from a team point of view, maybe Kuffa is like a better in-game leader or something. Synergizes better with the team than Clear.
That's pretty big. That's pretty important considering that. And I think like for SSG as well.
All right, game starting in. The bands are Juno and Ramatro.
Kind of feel like you lose the fight.
All right, I'm ending prides. I'm ending prides.
I mean, if you're worried about like the wrecking ball per se, right? You
Boom.
could have gone with like a Sombra ban potentially, right? If you were like Team Liquid, it seems like they're not really potentially worried about that though, right? They're gonna play this ball with that Torb and Echo. So the Torb is obviously fantastic.
Wait, Nightmare's on Wacecom. They're on Bastion Genji.
Nightmare will also play a Bastion Genji combination. So this is a little bit of an interesting setup.
I don't know what to make of this. I think that Infected probably, has to play outside of the windows of Wheels mode. Well, that probably is obvious. I feel like
The Bumblebee skin looks so stupid, bro.
For the next 10 seconds, they are.
And he's dead. Oh my god. No, he's dead.
Grenade is good, but yeah, I don't know. You can kite Wheels mode so easily with this comp that Liquid are playing.
The real question is Zera, who are you? Is Zera, who are you?
They thought they were going to come out and play like a Malga-based composition, right? Where something like this potentially could be a little bit more impactful, right? Because Malga wants to fight, and when Malga does not fight, needs to constantly take those fights because he wants to like run that cardiac overdrive, put down damage, like and is sustain.
Who is he? Kuffa goes out on the Winston. Sombra Tracer.
Like the Bastion can actually be quite good potentially, where you're just like farming down that Malga. Now it forces basically almost a wholesale change, right? They're going to change both their DPS and tank here. So looking like a more traditional dive comp.
Okay, so Nightmare can definitely beat the ball comp with this setup. They've got to be very good at following up on Bionades, but you have Ultraviolet. You've got the guy for that job. Kuffa wants to.
You actually do have the guy. Wait, Nano Winston. 3, 2, 1. Hit me.
Kills here. Easier said than done because you got to make that space first, and that's the issue that Kuffa's having. Nanabu's going to be given over to the Winston though. Ultraviolet deploying that one, and Knife dupes and Ana. Slept instantly though, up in the sky. That's UV for you, but Admiral has gone down, and frankly, Knife can just dust himself off and get back to business here. Kuffa's in a little bit of danger. That bubble, he couldn't play in it. It was too risky. And a Winston comp doesn't give them anything here in this first flashpoint.
Yeah, not able to get anything going with that Sombra either. And one of the better things, obviously, against Ball now, Mitch, is, ooh, nice shot there. As Zera just kind of gets right in front of RuPaul's screen. Is the Ana perk for the Groggy, right? The Ball, like, if you can, Ball's a fairly easy sleep target, right? You no real way to kind of dodge it outside of the movement. And at this
Maybe it's a good thing I couldn't vote in time.
A large percentage of the time.
Apparently, Team Liquid is looking like a different team now.
Getting up is just really difficult. Also,
slow is oppressive.
Yeah, you actually see Tree's got the turret like over to the side here, kind of protecting like Knife and the supports. Had it over here, kind of in that corner. So we'll see where he decides to kind of go with that Torb turret.
Okay, Nano given over by RuPaul here. Bardic bounce being taken, of course, by that Ana. Knife here.
Oh my God! Good B from Vega.
Pop up here. And that's pretty darn good timing here. Admiral is not going to have his quite available yet. EMP employed there by Lethal. Okay, those sticky bombs almost accounted for the
Yeah.
No men want to fight for this quick now that they've got
Zebron?
their own.
And they have a, it's going to be Primal Rage, but they also end up having the Nano, right? So you have both of these.
Wait, Comfort guy's a pick there is crazy.
Looked like potentially just trying to get a line of sight there to maybe get some healing from UVs. He got dangerously low, and that'll be the point flip. So Nightmare finally gets control.
I don't know, Matt. That is pretty massive for Nightmare.
Wait, massive.
Had to be used. In fact, just
Nah, I need to stop.
I'm not going to count Lethal using an EMP because that was in the prior fight, and it didn't really work out for them. But Liquid here are in a definite ultimate trough.
They'll match the Winston. What are your thoughts on that? I thought they were looking quite good with the ball, as I feel like the Winston puts these teams a little bit closer. As you see Knife just constantly go with the melees, trying to finish off Zero there, not able to do so.
What in the hell?
Okay, so yeah, that's the beat, of course, that Nightmare were able to hold on to, which I think was pretty darn important. Did I see a Nano Winston, a Nano Lucio there? Am I crazy? I'm not sure. Anyway, Molten Core going to come down here for Tree. This is the kind of combo Nightmare that can mostly play out of this, but the risk of losing the point and then maybe losing another 30% is genuine.
Okay, Lethal getting cut out there is a little bad.
Drop down and contest this as quickly as they can.
Wait, UV! Oh my God, UV! Oh my God, UV! Oh my God, UV! Oh my God, UV!
Off the table. Liquid able to flip it. It's not a one fight. Admiral is everywhere at the moment, and in fact, Groggily picking themselves back up and being an easy kill for Lethal's virus.
Holy shit!
Gonna lose his point.
UV just carried that so fucking hard. What the fuck?
Comes on through as it'll be Knife who gets there, touches the point, so it's trying to keep this extended into OT, but gonna lose that Tracer battle as things tie up at 1-1. I think this is actually, like, with these teams playing the Winston head-to-head, I actually kind of like this for Nightmare. I think forcing Team Liquid...
UV Korean on a debate. Bro, I'm telling you! Benny, come back.
Actually benefits Nightmare a little bit more.
Wait, Vega killed Lethal?
Actually really good on the Sombra, and as I say, that gets taken out by Vega. So Vega, able to kind of track that Sombra down. That's massive coming into this next fight.
Massive.
But on the other end, though, you're going to lose Knife. I mean, DPS players just getting traded out.
I mean, that's a positioning error from Knight. He runs out of rope there and ends up blinking and stopping out. Right.
Wait, nice EMP. Force Primal, Force Primal, Force Primal.
Makes sense. In fact, impacted by
Oh, what the f...
Liquid now need to, though, turn this into a big fight win. Notice no Groggy perk pick up.
Oh! Oh my God, we got a Vega Nano Jax.
RuPaul does go down, but Liquid here do not have the numbers. And Admiral is going absolutely bonkers on this Lucio. I mean, the amount of final blows that he's been able to pick off, virtually unkillable, super aggressive. Another legitimate damage-dealing threat on this Lucio, and I can't believe I'm saying it.
And we'll have to look at a little bit of a replay potentially there. Lethal now going over to the Ash here. But RuPaul ends up using the Nano, and I think he actually used it on the tree, and they both die.
Wait, Nightmare is truly turning into a nightmare.
That Nano boost for Team Liquid.
Let me know.
Infected with Primal, trying to keep this stalled out as it'll be Nightmare who ends up taking the point. We Kappa end up popping his Primal here as well. So just kind of juggling the tank of Team Liquid. They finally get that kill, but the Nano boost there from RuPaul kind of goes for nothing.
I mean, Liquid need to...
Fuck, bro, I missed playing in a match.
They need to regroup.
Keep that ink in the pen. Okay.
And it cost them 30 to 40%. It was a later cap than we actually expected Nightmare to take. But
Infected swapping the Diva.
Knife, right? Team Liquid out in the open.
UV got aura, bro. UV walked up and they all backed up. UV got aura, I'll say it.
Knife here with a pulse bomb. Obviously can't afford a repeat of what we saw earlier on. Just
my bad.
Weird spot. It's a beautiful stick, and there's nothing UV can do about that. Not a damn thing. Now you can nano someone, obviously, and have that full.
Oh!
Clutch there, but there it is. Coming back the other way. Zero is able to stick RuPaul, and Vega's already out of the picture. Liquid, since the switch for Nightmare over to Winston, have been getting dominated.
And I think it's just more that Team Liquid kind of concedes, right? They end up moving away from their ball comp. They go to kind of almost match in that capacity, and that's when Nightmares really come alive, Mitch, as that's going to be their second consecutive...
It's actually quite sad that we won't see all three of these teams, all three of these teams in China. Like Team Liquid, Nightmare, and SSG, even Timeless too.
Flashpoint last week with these two teams, but getting on the board here, tying it up.
Infected scared of the Winston mirror here. What is going on? What happened to my glorious king?
Yeah, Nightmare ended up choosing Blizzard World when they could have gone for this option. So Infected now, again, demonstrating depth of hero pool, I guess. I say that in only half jest. The Diva is obviously great at intercept.
Yeah, just nano knife.
Winston and intercept.
Just nano knife.
Lethal. Notice that there's like obviously a low mobility hit scan DPS on the side of Nightmare here. Someone that can be exploited by, you know, getting in their face, but Lethal can hold their own, and they do so against Knife.
D.Va's fantastic at like dueling, even kind of like dueling the Winston, right? But then also you have to think about the effects of the bio grenades, right? UV, one of the better on us in North America, consistently landing those bios. You know, not running the double bio here, running the Groggy instead because we saw the ball a little bit earlier, but still being able to eat those bios extremely impactful.
Okay, Vega. Wait, RuPaul didn't get beat. RuPaul didn't get beat. RuPaul didn't get beat.
Nano boost. So unkillable, yeah, and great timing. Just as that promise about to expire, Nano Boost comes in. I think you want to hold it a little bit longer though for the heal aspect of it. Might have been slightly early, but regardless, Kuffer healthy enough, unkillable there. Yeah, Nightmare in the Winston comp are, you know, vastly favoured, and Team Liquid switch over towards the D.Va. Sometimes D.Va just ends up being a bit of a spectator in fights like this.
Well, it is like they're trying to back out their Team Liquid for a while, and you know, after the Primal plus that Nano, and it's actually Vega who just gets caught, right? So you're trying to back out, you're trying to reset. You were actually probably trying to reset and back up, and you know, not give up a lot of time and percentage, and actually farm up this Nano for RuPaul. Now you have it in this fight though, so you're potentially in a
okay.
Flip this
Nano Soj maybe.
Ditching the Torb, so the Torb is gone. We'll be matching it here with a Sojourner.
Oh no. Oh no.
Okay, Tree uses it for survivability. Again, Nano Boost on RuPaul.
Oh, RuPaul.
Okay, buddy. That's a good one, and yep. Welcome to Compton, buddy.
Oh, RuPaul.
Shouldn't have pulled through.
Wait, Lethal's on a lethal flank.
RuPaul now forced back though. Oh, no healing pack. That is, that's tough for RuPaul. And Liquid, despite against the Tracer, they're about to lose the map here and now. They've got the work.
Oh my God, Benny. Oh my God, Benny. Oh my God, Benny. Oh my God, Benny.
Well, the start was on the ball. And that's where Team Liquid looked their best at the start of the game on the ball. And then once we kind of got into like, they went like Winston, Tracer, Sombra, and then that's when Nightmare really started to battle back. Team Liquid decided to make some changes, right?
I need to see an honor ban. I need to see an honor ban. I need to see an honor ban.
They've never really got anything clicking.
I need to see an honor ban.
Either of those heroes. So if you're a Nightmare, obviously a huge win. You cannot afford to go down 0-2 to a team like TL. They get one on the board. They also see where they're a little bit susceptible.
And what do you make of the Zera switch? Sorry, rather the Lethal switch over to Ash? Because it looks like whether on the Winston.
P, who's the most obscure owl player you can think of? For me, it's Sharp OW. DBS Array on the first season.
Lethal has probably more of a subtle impact on the game because it's not always being manifested in the kill feed. But
I don't give a fuck, bro. I'm playing OWCS.
Force like hiding inside the bubble or situations like that. And even before that, Sombra was obviously very disruptive and really effective. Like, where's the Torb playing into all of this for Liquid?
Yeah, you're also much better at like dealing with like a Torb turret, right? Just kind of finishing it off at range. And then
you a dickhead. All right, fine. The most obscure Overwatch player I can think of.
Between the shots from the Ash, between the you can only eat so much. You actually see the stats. They're pretty comparable for these teams.
T-Tuba.
It's a dogfight. I mean,
what the fuck? Someone typed T-Tuba the exact moment I said it. What the fuck?
It's possible that the combination of Winston to, you know, threaten to outdive you and Sombra to directly disrupt your Wrecking Ball play was too much. And
everyone knows T-Tuba. What the fuck?
All too ready to make the switch off.
Bro, you're gonna say everyone knows whoever I say, man.
Hang their hat on and they built the team around is
Dayfly player on Fusion Season 1.
It looks worse now when it feels like there's a revolving door of different tank heroes. Yeah. None of them are really coming up with the answer for this team. It's great to have
Cloud's in the 6 months.
None of them are the right answer, then you may as well only have one look that doesn't work, is all saying.
So this is one of the maps we saw in the last series. So Team Liquid in the last series ended up selecting all the maps. Obviously, they get 3-0'd. So they picked Havana for the map number 2. Team Liquid gets rid of the Genji here and then a Maga ban. So I really like the Maga ban here from Nightmare, especially after what we just saw, right? Where you're able to kind of, you know,
keep it up, man. Thank you, bro. They banned Genji and they banned Maga.
I don't know. I mean, you could play ball, but
wait.
A lot of these Zen comps. That's what Team Liquid
no Widow Mirror
on this map that a lot of other teams have had really.
Y'all don't remember Revenge? I remember Revenge. I thought his name was so tough. His name was so tough. I thought he was so good, and then I found out that was not the case.
Obviously, this is the kind of map where the pokecoms are really potent. it forces Nightmare, who obviously have banned Malga, to find another way to accost this Sigma adequately. And obviously, like, you can play poke mirror on this kind of map. That ends up coming down to, like, you know, how effective you.
What he do? He was just okay.
I do like a lethal widow, honestly.
The last time we saw this, Mitch, it was actually TL who banned Lucio, and this.
All right, ending price.
Nightmare ended up burning the ball ban on, so they ended up using because TL has shown they would like to, you know, at times play like ball over, you know, on a Zen, like we've seen them do that.
Playing it things in 7 months.
Maybe because they know that
Name a rare NA OWCS Season 1 player.
A little bit more pokey, right? They want to play
Nero.
with the bat.
I mean,
Hydron. True gatekeeper thinks that 4 months.
Slim man.
Yeah.
Discord orb will be taped to you like a kick me sign as soon as you show your head. And, I mean, you've got to dive that high ground somehow, but you're dealing with a tour that can be hard to mess with. But Nightmare have figured it out. I love this. They managed to circumvent, I think, a lot of the really scary anti-dive elements of this liquid comp.
They also get rid of.
How is Hydron disrespectful? He competed in Season 1, and I feel like not many people know that.
And then also Genji can get up and control a lot of this high ground, make it really difficult for Tree and Knife, but Zero does a nice job taking a little bit of an interesting route around that outside, and then also.
Then why'd you get hated so much? Why y'all
deal with those two players with Admiral? So right off the rip, getting off to a good start. Oh, Bio get goes in. Actually gets eaten there. Nice play by Infected.
It's audacious. Ultraviolet wants to sleep the Seek, he wants to buy the backline. The Sleep misses and he still tries to buy the backline. It gets eaten up by kinetic grass and then he gets taken to jail.
Well, I mean,
not what you want to see.
That's one of the plays.
Yeah, there is the political side. All right, enough. Let's get back to the game. Yeah, let's just get back to the game.
One where if that actually goes the other way, right, and you get that Sleep onto Infected and then you get the Bio, that's probably first point already for Nightmare. That is one that, you know, we'll see how it goes, but if Team Liquid's able to get like a hold, that is like Infected.
You asked stupid questions? Okay, yes, that was a bad question for me. I apologize.
Ultraviolet play attack side Arda because you want another playmaker. Like, you're asking for this kind of stuff. Just because it doesn't work doesn't mean that there's an issue. You want him to go for it again, actually. There's going to be a nano here for Ultraviolet, so Kuffer has a huge amount of survivability. And Vega's forced to duck off these sidelines quite frequently.
Wait, Nano Winston in? Oh my god.
But he's able to just pick Infected off at long range here in the bubble. He can play around that. He's made a lot of space. He needs health, but he can play on these ledges so comfortably and, you know, get topped up back to full. Nice little railgun headshot though from Tree is going to make him respect them, and it's awkward. Liquid have to try and find their way out now as a poke.
Let's get a chat reset. You Vagon Zen. Oh no, Tree on the point. Oh fuck, what bad timing.
Vega did not want to get pushed off of that point.
Infected getting staggered a little bit.
Damage through the matrix, but they have nobody left to be able to contest. That'll be you know, everybody falling there for Team Liquid. I wonder, you're gonna make any more?
You know what? Let's get a fishing in chat. Let's get a fishing in chat.
Because the gaps are much shorter, right?
Let's just get a fishing in chat. Let's see everyone's type of fishing.
Onto that Zen. So I'm curious how Team Liquid goes out trying to keep Vega alive here.
Transcendence is just so easy to shut down. It's not why you're playing Zen in these comps. As good as it is to have that, you've got to play around the UV Bio, which is always deadly. It's a little bit split here. I mean, you've got obviously.
Wait, Infected with a flux, and he hits it. What?
I like that decision. You could see. No, I actually believe the flux actually.
We sound shocked.
Yeah, gets killed before. Yeah.
What's Derpy's title?
Like, definitely thinking about potentially dropping that beat, right? And like kind of crossing over those tanks and getting across, but realized there was no way you were going to be able to save that player. And then also what, like a one.
No Ryan, no Sig account, punishing myself for throwing PGE's rank 1 game on FPL.
Tough call to make, honestly. Sometimes losing out on that fight makes you feel like you lose momentum and can't get back into the game. Okay, he's Molten Core. Transcendence now gets thrown out onto the map. But
let me see if he sounds happy real quick.
Bro, you know what'd be good here is like Roadhog.
Okay. Hold on, I got a phone call.
Admiral adds another to the tally, and Nightmare building ahead of steam before this second checkpoint.
You can also see why Team Liquid decided to ban the Lucio the last time they picked this map, because in this part of the map where you want to play it behind this Zen, it makes it very difficult to protect him with the speed that comes in. So Infected now will play the ball. Goes up to the high ground there just after getting a contest. His knife's going to move over to Tracer as well.
Okay, now where's the damage? Do Liquid have any sort of focus fire capacity here? Knife's been doing a good job sort of shepherding the card, and Tree gets a nano, so Kuffer has to reconsider this approach. But you've got to have eyes on the card. You've got to be ready to contest the objective, and Infected has gone down! Oh, Tree tries to get towards the Ana, but ends up getting removed. Nightmare here on the push. 3 minutes left on the clock to attack this last phase of the map. And real quick, question in chat about why Infected always has a Boston Uprising skin. It's his first name, so I think that's why. Yes.
A little bit all over.
Because everyone's like, why has he got an Uprising skin like constantly? But yes, his name is Boston. So yeah, checks out.
Big Gamsu fan.
Yeah, big Note lover. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love me some Note. Big Fusions fan.
He's a Gamsu voodoo doll in his room.
Okay. Hopefully he treats it well and brushes his hair, you know, and feeds it whatever voodoo dolls eat. We digress. Zera here is forced to back away now. The Diva for Infected. Again, it is a roulette of heroes, and Liquid are still yet to find the answer. That cart, by the way, is pushing. It has made significant progress through this phase of the map. Liquid have to step on the gas here, or rather just put a stop to Nightmare, who have gained a lot of free push.
My first friend in middle school just called me asking about what are good PCs to use.
Get off the balance. He can't make space. Kuffer is able to run the backline down with the help of Zera.
So after this game, y'all want to help me figure out which PC is better?
Here for TL, and even now bringing the Diva into
Did you put them on? Yeah, I was gonna say like I'll see which one's better.
It's just very difficult for those two players to be able to stay alive, sustain through some of that. Dude, I mean, a map completion here for Nightmare would be massive. That's going to be the
there he is. What's up, Jaheim?
It's going to push players back into the spawn. You also have Sound Barrier to work with after this.
Now Winston Kuffer drops on in, that expires, but there's a Sound Barrier here to catch against some of the damage, but a Biter Grenade is going to...
Why is it Faded playing so much Diva?
All said and done, Nightmare still have a whole minute to try and get the map done. They've made a great push here on Havana.
UV might be in the top 5 discussion. He's top 3. He top 3.
Liquid are fighting tooth and nail to stave off a map completion.
That bio may have actually saved them the map, though. RuPaul connects with the bio, connects on a Kuffa, and he's like 98% to Primal. They were kind of cycling all those, right? The Nano into the Sound Barrier, into then, eventually the Primal, and he doesn't get a use of the Primal, so huge nade there from RuPaul, keeping this one alive for Team Liquid.
40 seconds.
Okay, Tree has an overclock. Tree has an overclock.
In his direction, as well as very angry Winston. Discord orb appended to Kuffer in midair, so he has to primal base.
Oh my, UV nade!
And Tree can scurry back into the spawn. So
UV nade! UV nade!
Tree apparently wasn't inhabiting it. Oh, buddy, Kuffer just doubles back, gets rid of the Soj. There's more work to be done. Infected would love a resuit opportunity here. We will have it.
Evan Canning's the A-Mus.
Unlikely they'll be here in numbers, and there's definitely a stagger brewing with the bio catching on to Zera. No chance of escape.
Yeah, it's another kill there from Knife onto UV with a pulse bomb, which sets everything up. You're not able to keep everybody alive there for Nightmare after that. So Knife comes up with a big kill, but still pretty good offense there from Nightmare to complete this map.
So much to recap. You know, Liquid start with this.
Does EU have a flex support that's currently close to RuPaul, CJ, or UV?
Must have these protocols unraveling that setup, because they just get into the back line, and you know, Liquid aren't really able to get a whole lot done.
Gala, I'd say Gala. Gala's a really good shout.
I'm going to try and test them to push into that setup, especially
Gala's really good.
Get some of those important perks. He can have a lot of CC potential, but I mean, just can't ignore him.
Landing too. Landing's a good one. I feel like EU is more like Juno Kiri. I feel EU doesn't play Ana that much. I actually feel like they're more like Juno Kiri.
Liquid haven't really found an answer. They're just kind of cycling through a couple of ideas, trying to see what sticks. And
in Asia, I'd say Asia, the best Anas are Shu, Vigilante.
That was very difficult, and Liquid, I think, gave a lot.
I mean, fuck, Maka was looking fucking crazy.
I believe the last time it actually ends in about
Fielder.
I know it ends like actually, I think Nightmare actually completed the map the last time, and Liquid not able to do so, kind of like ended towards the bridge.
Bro, did you see that Maka game? That Maka game was actually fucking crazy. Finn, okay, y'all gonna hate me for this, but
you know, in that offensive side.
Nah, I mean, I don't know. I got mixed opinions about Finn. I'll say it.
On top. of the Zen constantly. And this is one where we see Kuffa, at least in our last series, play a lot of the different tanks, seeing a really good use of the Winston in the first.
Like Finn is solid, but he never really stands out to me.
Here for Liquid.
I think the Venture in this comp might end up looking like remember that we had double tank, we had Doomfist Orisa, where the Dooms would actually try and dig the Orisas out from behind their shields with CC. Now for the Drill Rush, might be looking to pop up behind the Sigma and like knock him forwards, forcing him to like awkwardly.
No, solid is not a bad thing at all.
It's a pick that doesn't really seem congruent with.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to EU. I feel like EU's been looking worse over time now, but they definitely have like some new talents coming in.
A better selection.
Is there FPL today? I hope it's fucking good.
Potentially they would have
Not us.
into. Like if there was, I don't know, like are you
Wait, Admiral just single day mild tree.
Admiral find tree here off the rip. Maybe if they weren't playing the Zen, you would think about doing that. But
oh my Admiral!
Admiral right off the start could not be better here. He's just playing him here on the high ground. Does not care at all.
Single day mild. That's a 5 orb.
We're also on the Venture at the start, right? It's just a Sojourn that's a threat. No, the Venture's not really making it to the high ground.
Wait, tree on Hanzo. I'm getting flashbacks.
Gonna know about it, right? So you can play a little bit more aggro if you're Admiral there, already closing in on a Transcendence.
Does Tree not like playing Widow?
Hanzo. So Hanzo obviously good at just kind of securing these kills like out of nowhere, poking down the shield as well.
Yeah.
Oh my Admiral, what the
have a Tracer comp, like you don't have anyone else that can really do it.
3 for Admiral here. I mean, he's.
Can someone kill the Zen? For the love, all that is good.
Oh my Admiral, bro!
Please! Admiral is on the SS and get wrecked right now. Like, please dodge the rock.
The SS of get wrecked right now. That was hard.
Trying to do something about the Zen, but he needs some backup.
Yeah, if it's your Sigma just kind of trying to approach the high ground there to battle that Zen, you're not in a great spot. That's an Amp Matrix here used, and it's going to be the Transcendence because Zero's just in the back line, just causing so much chaos as you're going to have to pop your Transcendence. It's going to be both support ults here gone from Team Liquid.
This is, I mean, it's so interesting how differently these teams have approached the attack side. So, Nightmare see a poke comp, they play dive, they unravel it instantly. Liquid see a poke comp, they mirror. They say, oh no, I think we can win this.
What?
They're not winning this. They're getting
How does UV nade him there? What?
Nightmare, who have enough time
Oh my god!
score orbs and paint their nails.
I mean, Vega, we know, doesn't love the Lucio, doesn't love being Lucio jail, but at least for me, right now, I mean, Zero's taking it to Knife in this Tracer battle. Like, Zero's been fantastic on the Genji, right? That was really in our last series when we saw these two teams play.
Oh my god, Admiral! Oh my god!
That Tracer battle. They do get Kuffa here, though, so maybe an opportunity to move the cart forward. Bro, the pressure that Zero's putting on the back line is
Oh no!
Dominating, bro. He forces Suzu and an immortality field. So now, like, what
Wait, Tree's alone? Oh!
You don't have any of them. I mean, nice kill for Tree. Zero has been dominating Knife in the 1v1. Like, there's none of these flanking routes that Knife has been allowed to have.
He really said, fuck you, Admiral.
Yeah, and it's not going to be below 30 seconds on the clock. Yeah, Tree goes quite huge there. So I think really that starts to fall apart when Tree
just carried?
Kuffa, but still getting it below 30 seconds. This is fantastic for Nightmare. I also think, you know, these compositions in totality, right, over the last series and then now, definitely favored Nightmare at least.
Okay. Nightmare still come out with the same look here. There's a Transcendence that, you know, you don't have to worry
No,
about.
Kuffa's been looking really good.
Probably just for
Kuffa's been looking really fucking good.
using this, I would say. Tree's an interesting factor here, I think. That's definitely something that has to be looked at. Immortality field drawn out by the Flux. That's trade.
The lands this year, China, Saudi, and
Free poke damage. Look at Kuffa's health.
oh my god.
Slow enough to
And Sweden.
Oh, Nightmare. A lapse, I think, in just healing up onto the Sigma.
The Dragon kind of falls on through it there. Lethal will actually take out.
Wait, Lethal gets a trade though. Loki,
Kind of holding on to that Transcendence.
you might want to try and yeah. I feel like if I'm Nightmare, I do not want to try to break through this choke. This choke is so hard to break through. If I'm them, I want to fight this really hard. Yeah, Kuffa comes back on the ball. Admiral's oh. Nice peel. Alright, Stanos on Zen.
RuPaul goes down, arms and legs flailing. Tree there with a disruptor shot's able to take care of the Zen. Zera's low. Doesn't have a recall for quite some time. And eventually Vegas able to move in and get the job done. Liquid here, very short on time. But they are in a position now to attack for the second objective in a pulse.
Oh, the fuck you?
A deal breaker.
Not a lot of places for them to run from the pulse bomb, right? As nobody was moving the cart at the time, so.
Okay, honestly, third point is where it really matters. Third point is like the most
I don't think you touch here. I think Nightmare. If you're
fucked up point to capture.
I don't know if you play ball here towards the end. Yeah, I think you can back match that Sigma, and you give your. I mean, look, 226. You push up here and get like a fight win. It's really difficult for Team Liquid to get there.
Wait, Zara hit that pulse on knife. If you're him, you hit that pulse on knife.
Map completion, of course, still very much on the table for Liquid, but they'd have to pick up the pace.
I think
as opposed to what we've seen so far.
Oh.
You win a fight here for Nightmare.
Oh.
You were in such a good spot. As okay, you do get infected, because now you're in a position. You remember it kind of got like past.
You think Overwatch maps are well designed? Compared to like Valorant maps, I'd say so.
If you can just kind of stall this out, and we get below like
wait, lethal?
Right, and you're kind of getting close to that gate. Just with the advantage in terms of the
spawn, I
think you end up winning out if you're Nightmare. That first fight win here, just buying, you know, what, 20, 30 seconds? I mean, it's quite massive.
Bro, it's like, I got a snow globe in the top right. Yo, UV has insane peel. Oh my goodness.
Chance of a big follow-up here? Yeah, it's pretty high. Accretion comes in on towards Infect, but there's enough
Lethal?
up there for them. However, no one is helping Tree as he gets blasted by Lethal. Caught by the Flux, Lethal. Yeah, he's able to sit on top of a health pack. He was never going to go down in a situation like that. Cats at 3 versus 3 for the time being. Admiral really wants to press forward. Really wants to stop this car from getting, you know, any free progress in the chaos of this fight. And they really want knife. I really think Sarah's trying to send a message.
Wait, Cover hit that rock?
No, and that's an accretion that comes on through, finishes him off as they are back on the Lucio, which has been really good for Nightmare on this map specifically.
Okay, Team Liquid has Nano Soj. It's all in Tree's hands. It's all in Tree's hands.
Flux, so really just probably, you know, for Team Liquid, right, you're gonna have double support ult here with an overclock. It's probably your best shot at getting it across the line. Let's see if they try and hold anything onto anything for a final fight. It's gonna
okay.
be getting the benefits.
Over. Wait! Kuffer got rocked out of Flux! Kuffer got rocked out of Flux!
I think it could have been cancelled even there as well, because Tree, I thought they were lifted up inside that Flux, or at least it looked that way, maybe just outside of it. Either way, Railgun's getting popped off here, but Kuffer is down for Nightmare, so they've not got a lot to work with now as the cart. Look at it on the map. Kuffer can't touch. My goodness, what a volatile game. Team Liquid go for desperately trying to stay in the map to just breaking through at the end and winning it out. I mean,
infected.
Have the determination there. Just
infected.
Because I really thought they were in trouble. Even up until the last 30 seconds, I thought they were in trouble.
I don't know why we saved for B so long though.
Connect with Kuffa, connected with the second player. I believe it was actually Admiral.
Are we gonna have a map by banger?
See them get a use of that sound barrier on the defensive side of things. They come out of the spawn.
Go watch party, then I stream rivals.
Try and get there to get a touch and potentially use it. Just a little bit too late. So Team Liquid battles back in the end. That is a huge map for them. I mean, you lose that there, it's looking dicey.
I think that Nightmare did a lot right in setting up like a very reasonable kill condition. I mean, Liquid walked into that last phase less than half the time Nightmare did, but it's a lapse in concentration in the last fight, the one that gets Liquid across the line. Where you're right. I mean, it allows them.
No, I'm just chilling today.
That aren't really responded to, right? Unfortunately, like Lethal's just not in a position to reciprocate, and all of a sudden, all the foundation he laid, all the hard work that came from like a very generally solid defense.
Could have started with that one. I was just thinking, I'm just chilling today.
To deal with, it's a for nothing.
And maybe you think you can, like, with the nano and the overclock that comes through from Tree, maybe.
How would money change me?
Or whatever, but it looks like that actually Kuffa gets like kind of pushed into that side.
Like, what does it even have to do with money?
That comes on through, and you end up holding on to it. Maybe you think you're kind of like weathered the storm, so to speak. And clearly you had not, and you lose your tank and your Lucio. One, obviously the sound barrier. That kind of sends everything for a loop there. As it seems like now, Team Liquid obviously gains control of the series, and we actually go to a push, right? So it'll be Nightmare's selection here on push. Most likely Esperanca, right?
Don't forget, Cal took a chance on you.
They will get first bans potentially.
Just because I feel like chilling.
Pretty, you know, maybe they go back and try and force some type of like Winston-based setup.
Y'all saying this like I want Cal
It's
dead.
gonna be quite difficult though.
I generally think that we spent a lot of time. I mean, Liquid just won the map, right? So I do want to make sure that like we're adequately addressing that.
Yeah.
But I want to suggest that Tougher might be just as flexible at the moment as Infected. I mean, we saw them, you know, they were able to switch over towards like a Winston comp and looked really, really good at it, right? Like combating the like that dangerous Zen Torbjorn poke setup really effectively here. And we saw an attempt to ban Nightmare's tank pool, right? We saw the Ramatra ban in map 2. It didn't matter at all because we saw a Winston comp on Suravasa that absolutely decimated TL.
I'd also say that in like the Tracer head-to-head and things like that, I think Zero's definitely stepped up and probably outdueled Knife in this series thus far. But Shri has been phenomenal in this one on Sojourn and Torbjorn, especially against Lethal. Lethal, I think, kind of goes under the radar sometimes of some of our players in terms of like his hit scan potential. Tree has put out a phenomenal series thus far. Looks like if they're gonna win this one, it's gonna be on the back of his Sojourn.
Well, stick around, folks. We've got more to come after this break. It's map number 4, Esperanca, picked in the series as Liquid looks to try and advance in this upper bracket. But Nightmare might have something to say about it.
Boom, boom, boom. When does Overwatch 6v6 Classic come out? Does it come out soon? We don't know or care. All right. You can play Monster Hunter? No, I don't think I'll play. You Chatterino? Yeah, you Chatterino. When you gonna collab with Drewski? That guy's everywhere, bro. What rank are you in FPL? I don't even want to talk about it. Bro, yesterday actually like I think I'm still like rank like 4 or 5. But oh my god. Dude, what did Derby do? Nothing. He ain't doing anything. Bro, forgot? No, I didn't forget yet. The match ain't over yet. Actually, I can probably do it in the intermission right now. Oh, we got 20 seconds. Hold on, after the match. It was like I got Derpy into next. I got an off roller. Like, you are 10th right now? Yep. So it is Derpy's fault. It's not his fault. He tried his hardest.
We got
They just
3
played
laps
better.
down, folks, in one of our first matches of our NA playoffs between Team Liquid and Nightmare. Not quite panning out the way things did last time. It's Liquid here on a match point scenario as Nightmare are trying to take them to Esperanca to force a map 5.
And we see actually it'll be a brig ban from Nightmare, so they get first selection. So this potentially, right, a lot of Team Liquid, right? We saw them play they want to play like Juno Brig, like this puts Vega back onto the Lucio. And then we actually see a Winston ban on the other side. So
All right, I'm closing present 15 seconds.
Force them to play that Maga like in a head-to-head
Okay,
matchup, right?
we have a Lucio mirror, but Cover's got on the hazard instead of Maga.
The Maga is where we actually saw Team Liquid have probably
All right, I'm ending prize.
Overwhelming success.
50-50.
So much of this Malga look, we actually have Nightmare going away from this. I guess not having the option to go towards Winston has driven them in the hazard direction. So pretty reasonable. Of course, hazard offers you a lot of value, but will it be enough against the tried and true, frankly, look that this Malga has shown, especially with the echo burst damage to mix in from Knife?
I think what you're almost banking on, right, is playing the hazard, diving the backline, and with no brig there, being able to make plays, right?
I think Nightmare banned Brig because they want to take it to a Lucio mirror or something. I don't know. Why would they ban Brig on Esperanza? Maybe because they want to protect. I think they want to protect UV's honor. I think they want to protect UV's honor. I think that's what it is.
Cafe is threatening a flank here, but what do they do now that they've actually used their leap? Okay, well they get turned on, and yeah, I mean pretty straightforward response here. Liquid realize there's a huge commitment coming in from the enemy hazard. However, I like what Nightmare have done here. They respond, they take a
oh my goodness.
And Liquid get confused. Are we going forward, or are we going to keep?
Oh my no, UV.
The people that are trying to peel for cover. They split themselves up.
Now, that's going to have RuPaul going over to the Kiri. So Kiri Lucio here with a Knife going to play the Sombra. So Sombra's quite interesting, Mitch. Like typically against Hazard, right? You would see somebody.
I'm not gonna lie. I think Admiral is the best main support in NA.
Maybe Knife doesn't exactly want to play Torb, but we've seen Team Liquid play Torb.
Or Bliss. I say Admiral or Bliss.
The one who does it. Maybe
they're not even NA.
Kind of works a little bit better with the Maga. We'll see actually here. Kuffa just kind of. Kuffa's almost like playing on his own on a little bit of an island here. Is gonna block some of that damage. He's gonna get the benefits of the nano boost. Is he already gonna be up?
What?
You are not getting out of that room.
What?
The jagged wall locks you in that corner. The idea, I guess, Matt, was to tie Kuffa up so that they couldn't counter-engage for Infected. But Nightmare did not need Kuffa in that fight. They could deal with the Malga on their own, apparently. Lethal dishing out damage. You've got a Dragon Blade already built. UV.
Why didn't he kill him?
But Nightmare have everything that they need.
I guess he didn't need to.
Throws a nano at Kuffa to keep him alive. They look a lot better. I'm just not convinced by this Liquid Malga comp.
Yeah, I guess it's not worth his time.
Set up from Nightmare that has mobility.
Admiral going back to actually kind of taxi UV back into the fight, and yeah, I agree, Mitch. This is a very interesting look.
Kuffa said he ain't doing nothing, literally, bro. HGA aura. Kuffa just killed Knife. He said no, he just spun back. Kuffa just spun back on him. What?
This pushback going. You don't have to invest anything. I mean, now you have sound barriers to equal each other out. I mean, dude, Nightmare's kind of blowing them out here.
What a confusing series this has been. Knife there, hard to know what ends up getting them picked off, but they're not on ping. We have that confirmed. They are stateside for this game. Zero dashes away. Susie.
Wait, Tree kills it.
With the hack reach out, but it's going to be lethal picked up by Tree. Liquid have a chance here to get busy. Barrier popped later than Nightmares.
I feel like this beat was so unnecessary from Vega. I'm not even trying to hate or anything.
Left to keep them alive. So Liquid spend
like they were already up one.
Back into a position to take some damn real estate.
So now, can Nightmare win neutral fights, right? I think that's kind of potentially what you're looking at.
I mean, they beat it too, but you could say beat in the next fight because they were already down one, and Kuffa was already won.
The realm of possibility.
Full flame that beat was shit. Jesus Christ.
It's going to be that forward spawn that Nightmare gets, potentially threatening this high ground here. You see, that's where Admiral's kind of hinting from. Oh, they actually try and catch the Genji. Doesn't catch him, so it's going to be a cage fight that goes for nothing.
It's a comedy of errors, man. Here's the blade now. As Zero realizes there's nothing to shackle him. Okay, I think he spotted the something there as well, but just doesn't want to hang. Would they potentially get hacked? Downpour catches out Infected. But he's an absolute pincushion. Absolutely ruined. Tanks are traded though. Zero right now EMP'd by Knife's ultimate. has to wait things out a little bit longer, and that window was utilized by Liquid to rush forward and deal with Admiral. Yuvi though has a nano, gives it to Zera, who has looked to really be struggling with the Sombra. I think the knife is definitely...
What?
And they don't get anything there with
What the fuck did I just see?
No results. Potentially, you think with like both tanks out of the equation, maybe you can actually, nano that Genji, you get the self nano, and you're able to at least kind of battle on through it. As they forced them off of the Maga, so they're gonna go away.
What?
Here, 14 liquid.
What kind of shot is that?
Suravasa, right? That's kind of what this map feels like so far, where it will be Diva, though, the go-to instead of the Winston first here for TL.
Okay, bit of a trough in ultimates here. So very much like a dry fight, at least for the most part. Both teams are just poking, and it's Nightmare that frankly are happy to do this. They have a bit of high ground control to work with. They've now given up the bridge though, so they need to
wait,
fight
oh,
elsewhere.
the tree's one.
Time to start one up. Railgun popped here by Tree. Can't see the wood for the tree, unfortunately. And there's a spike guarding hazard in the way. So that railgun is shut down.
Not fighting anything, but getting a lot of car space.
Threaten the first checkpoint. Kuffer and UV are low. Someone think of the honor, surely. Kuffer.
Wait, lethal?
Good pressure here. Nightmare losing their most important players, and this should be a checkpoint, but the bot is sneaking away right now. It is going the other direction, Liquid.
The bot's going the other way here, and it looks like this is just Vega being occupied there by Lethal. Lethal pops his overclock, and it doesn't really get much of anything, but dude, the bot goes all the way back to basically the checkpoint there. That is crazy.
What the fuck?
Starts to be like when you have Kappa playing the Ramatra, this is definitely better for Nightmare. And Infected doesn't have a mech.
Admiral is such a troll, he gave him a front spawn as well.
Infected is still out of medic? What is going on? Tree is flying! Tree is fucking flying!
Fight, right? It ends up being like a 2v2.
What?
Really Vega there, and then in that situation. But the fact that they don't get any progress out of a fight that runs pretty tight, now they're going to get close to giving up triple.
Okay, Infected has now counter-swapped Kuffa back into the Maga mirror.
Carousel of tanks here, right? So now that you're playing Ramatra, right? You're off of the hazard. Now you're going back and trying to get the advantage in terms of the tanks by playing Maga. Potentially you have a nano blade available here. Zera gets the benefits of the nano. Seeing if you can get maybe some of the...
Okay, that's good. We forced out Kiri and Neat. Bro, how is my Toronto Defiant backline beating and using Kiri in the same fight?
By just investing the nano, so I think this is actually quite beneficial for Nightmare.
For just a nano!
That was the plan. Force Team Liquid to ult in their side of the map. And we just end up in the same situation where they're going to try and contest for the objective with 0 ultimates to use. Nightmare put them in they have no choice, right? They don't ult, they lose the fight, and they go down like 100 and plus meterage. So it sucks to be in their position, but now Liquid have to win a fight massively disadvantaged in ults, Matt.
B-Blade right now. Don't piss me off. Don't PMO. Don't PMO. Don't PMO.
He has an opportunity to pop that.
Oh, no!
Just about anything, and just lots of swings and misses there.
Look at the position.
He goes for nothing.
Nightmare in a bad position. They're sort of grouped up here, and they get able to really be punished. It ends up being pretty even trades, but 4 players for Liquid are standing. And they can actually fight for this objective. They walked into this fight with no...
Okay, don't give check. Don't give check. Come on, you win this. Okay, Tree ults.
Suzu there answers the Bionade threat pretty comfortably, and Spike Guard's not enough for Kuffa to hang around. Very good fight win for Liquid.
UV has another nano. Nano Soj. Nano Soj.
Interesting.
Yes.
Wait, who'd we nano? We nanoed... Wait.
They want to push this back. They do not want to allow... They don't want to allow Team Liquid to get back set up on the high ground, right? They don't want to have to be in a position where you just fight up into that high ground. It's going to be a cage fight here as Admiral no sound barrier, an opportunity here for TL to keep it going, and they will.
Actually a goated cage.
Okay, Zera?
It's a little dicey here towards the end of the fight because of how long Ultraviolet was left alive, but you're alive with 3 and you can actually push...
Okay, Zera kills Soj here, which is crazy.
Okay, so Liquid, they win a fight with no ultimates, first of all. Then, they see a nano hazard coming at them. They disengage perfectly, and with a Suzu as well to cleanse off a Bionade, and then they turn around and use a cage fight to win a second fight in a row. This is massive. 1 more of those.
Massive.
And they're ahead.
I will say I did like the idea there for Nightmare. You don't want to allow them to disengage.
Okay, as long as Vega does not Ajax, we win. As I'm being so serious, as long as Vega does not Ajax, yeah, we won. Easy. Game, that's game.
It's happening. Ultraviolet is down here.
Wait, Vega got caught by the beat, but it has it all.
But he got his value in that fight. Knife is close to an EMP here. Like, and what is the Genji doing? I mean, it's so hard
damn.
getting big value in the last few fights. You've got to burn it because you can get ahead with 30 odd seconds left in the game. Yep, that's SS. That is an SS Ajax for you, folks. That could have cost them.
No, Admiral did not just Vega.
Man, as they got off to such
Admiral did not just Vega.
Nightmare, but Team Liquid seems like now that we've gotten back to the Maga setup against the Hazard, but with the Sombra in the mix. And also the Kiri, that is turned the tides. Tree takes off Admiral out of the spawn.
Game.
Hovering over. Okay, this
Game.
is Nano here, so maybe you can actually get some kills here and then battle back if you're Nightmare.
Okay, Zero.
Wait.
Cleans up the fight. Nanoblade has the intended purpose.
The comeback of a lifetime. The comeback of a lifetime. They have no ults. They have no ults, bro. They have no ults.
For Team Liquid.
They have no ults.
Early engagement. Coming to a fight where
They literally have 0 ults.
Overclock, like, you are not favored to win this as Nightmare. You don't have high ground, really?
You can tell this meta, Mitch, has definitely kind of thrown Nightmare for a loop, right? Because they do not want to play the Maga. They didn't play it at all last week. They really haven't played it at all throughout the series.
Oh, game over.
Rush, I take this fight early if I'm Team Liquid. I could see Rush take this
Game over.
Beautiful. The Admiral's down.
Wait. No, game over.
Oh, you could see it in real time. It was a slow-mo cataclysm for Nightmare as they slowly just handed the game over to Team Liquid with a smile. And even gave them a discount. Stuff. Team Liquid take the series with a ridiculous comeback on Esperanca, almost 100 meters plus for Nightmare.
That might have been the weirdest map of Overwatch I have watched in my entire pro career. In all of my pro career, that was the weirdest map I've ever seen.